for the girls. This is
and
not
I mean
for
this
you.
with my whole. I mean this with my whole chest. When it comes to Carly Rae Jepsen, I'm with the girls. They can decide whether I'm with them, but I'm deciding I'm with them. Those are the same sentence.
Great.
Liz, what do you get done at the facialist?
Okay. So a lot of different things. I like to get my face blasted with lasers, first of all.
Like I do like to go get blasted at the facialist.
First of all, I have the same facialist that John DeGata used to have. And if you know, you know. John
Does he have good
DeGata,
skin?
who runs the nonfiction writing workshop, which is hilarious to me because I was like I was getting a hydrofacial, which is, first of all, they give you like they take all the fine little hairs off with like a straight edged razor, like a little lady shave.
A little lady
shave.
And a lady shave never tells.
A lady shave. And then they like put like some lotion on that I think is like, I don't know, it's like some sort of like exfoliant.
This is the stem cells that we were extracting from fetuses, right?
I get the stem cells after the lasers.
I'm so sorry. I thought this is serious. I was making a funny haha.
I get the stem cells after the lasers, and they are not cheap.
I just rub the whole fetus, and I use every part of the fetus in my facial.
That's why I believe in abortion. So I can rub those fetuses all over my face.
So gross.
No, so like I'm getting and then they take this little hose that like sucks out your pores, or it goes. It's like a little vacuum. It's like a little Dyson. It cleans out your pores.
How dare I ask? Where does the substance that comes out of your pores go?
Oh, it goes into a little tank, and then they show you, and you'd be like, "Look at all the stuff we sucked out." It's so
I'm nauseous.
fun.
I'm getting nauseous. I don't think.
I love women's culture. And then they like rub all these other potions onto your face to like make it like smooth and pretty.
And after Daddy's Potions Master is done.
I am telling Zach this because earlier he said that my face looked good.
I did not say that.
He said my makeup looked good, and I said it's
That's
not
what I
makeup.
said.
It's my face. But the middle,
it's not her face. It's very good stage makeup. On camera, it looks normal, but in person, it's just like padded, like tacked on
it's
there.
like clown
it's right.
makeup. But no, I am literally like mid-face. And I have to say, my facial is such a lovely person, but she is like peak Cedar Rapids hot lady.
That's
awesome. You know
awesome.
what I mean? Like she's got the hair, the lips.
If you're a facialist, you can't show up looking a wreck.
And she's so hot. And I know her because she hangs out with my hairstylist. Like she loves to go to the rodeo, right? Like she has kids who are like soccer phenoms. So she is soccer mom. And so I'm just giving you a picture of who this woman is. And mid-facial, she goes, "Do you know who John DeGata is?" And I go, "What the hell? I did not expect this crossover episode." Because I was like, two worlds collide because John DeGata is like huge writing snob. And this woman has literally told me to my face, I don't like to read.
I love that.
And I was like,
lyric essay boy meets
and
rodeo queen.
Like, yes. And she was like, "Oh, I used to give him facials for a long time." And I go, "Hell fucking yeah, brother." And she said that like he would come to get his facials only on Saturdays, and he would demand all the snacks. And like while he was getting his face numbed up, because he also loved the face lasers, while he was getting his face numbed up, he would sit on the couch and eat snacks and watch the Cedar Rapids Farmers Market. And just like with his face numbing cream, eating snacks, watching the Cedar Rapids Farmers Market. I love this. And then she said he was like really snobby.
Is there not HIPAA protection for the facialist?
He doesn't go there anymore. She didn't
HIPAA
tell me.
protections for regulars.
She didn't tell me all his business, but she did say,
if I went and got my pores sucked, and the vial of black goo came, well, my faceless gives me the black goo.
It's like white.
Even gives me the vial of like, is it like what texture?
I don't know. I'm not touching it.
Okay, well, fair.
It's like but it does kind of look like space. Like it does look like it's like because they like it's like backlit when they show it to
I'm
you.
gonna ask the question: does it look like cum? Like, what does it look like?
Oh no.
What does it look like?
It's just like because it like gets sucked into this like watery stuff. So it looks like
okay.
So it's
There's like a
little
medium
white.
in there.
Yeah, it looks like little white dots floating in a watery substance. So it looks like if anything, it looks like
sea monkeys.
Sea
it
monkeys.
Looks like
I was gonna say if you ever had sea monkeys.
It looks like the little brine shrimp.
And this is women's culture. This is what we do. Hey Zach, what podcast?
Hello
is
and welcome.
this?
Hello and welcome to Dingus of the Week, a weekly show where we check the tire tread and oil on America's mid-sized sedan and ask, did you drive this here? I'm Zachary Oren Smith, a writer for Iowa's Starting Line, and I'm here with Liz Lenz, the author of the weekly Dingus of the Week newsletter. This podcast is the audio second course of the newsletter's visual feast. Sign up at its new home on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Liz Lenz. Wherever you listen, help us support the show. These are some things that I would like you to do right now on you. If you're watching over on youtube.com/Dingus of the Week, like and subscribe, hit that bell, hit that like. It's a great way to help promote this show on the platform. Rate and review us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If you wanted to comment on how dare Zach ask whether the substance that came out of Liz's face was, and I quote, cummy, you can go castigate me over on Apple Podcasts, rate and review the show, share this episode in a group chat. You can say, I for my happy hour chat, I post episodes there on the regular. I'm just always, I'm putting the feed out there. We're sharing it with the boys. And of course, become a patron of the Dingus Arts at patreon.com/Dingus. Have a Dingus of your own. Send us a voicemail at memo.fm/Dingus. Leave a voicemail and it might just make it on this very show. Now, Liz, who's the Dingus of the Week?
Zach.
Liz.
It is not Holy Week this week.
It's an unholy week.
It is unholy week this week. I have to say, your girl went to a college named after a Reformation hero.
It's the first thing I learned about you. You want to shut up about it.
Who is that Reformation hero?
Gustavus.
King.
Sorry.
King Gustavus Adolphus, who was a hero of the 30 Years' War. And I didn't go to Yale. People meet me and they're like, this bitch didn't go to an Ivy League. We can tell.
Doesn't pass
the sniff test.
My nose is really high.
And not
it doesn't.
for lack of trying. Homeschooled. But
college?
No, I was homeschooled, so I couldn't get into a good college.
Do they not allow homeschool kids in?
Not this one. And so the one perk besides crushing debt of going to this college was coming out with a deep knowledge of the Reformation.
Of course.
And so when the news was newsing this week, I was like, well, there's only one pick that I can pick for the Dingus. And that's just because I can make jokes about it. But it was obviously J.D. Vance, which I think is the world's favorite punching bag because
he does look like one, certainly.
He has like the opposite of the Midas touch where everything he touches turns to shit right now, right? Like Hungary was like, oh, he's stumping for Orban. We will pick the other guy.
Totally.
They were like really into dictators until J.D. Vance started, being like, oh, I like this guy. And they were like, never mind.
So the Pope is in the news cycle, J.D. Vance is in the news cycle. Where does the story start?
Okay, so it actually does start during Holy Week when Chicago Pope, as he is known.
White Sox Pope.
What? Red Sox Pope.
That's Boston.
Oh, shit. Refer to last week's episode where we talked about how we don't know the sports.
Yeah, we got to bring in Megan as consulting.
We know religion. And we're also both Protestants. Yeah. I was raised Baptist.
Raised Southern Baptist, Methodist, and then convert to Episcopalian.
That's right. I was raised so Baptist and then went to a Lutheran college. So let's just put this out here. And now I am nothing. But the...
I'm constantly texting you.
You're nothing. So it begins in Holy Week when the Pope gives a sermon where he's like, hey, war is bad and God doesn't listen to the prayers of people who hype war. That was not exactly his quote, but that's the Liz. That's the gospel according to Liz. The Holy Liz translation, the new international Liz version of what the Pope said.
Your evangelical roots are showing.
That's right. I'll translate whatever I want.
That's right.
And this pissed off Trump. It's crazy because like the Pope wasn't like, hey, Donald Trump and Pete Hegseth, your holy war is unholy. He just said, hey, war sucks. Let's stop doing war, which is like a thing that like...
The guy we call the Prince of Peace, turns out not a fan of not peace.
Right. Like the Pope's like, hey, Jesus said, let's be peaceful.
Let's be cool little guys for once.
Let's be cool little guys. Like,
let's chug the spear and be
uncontroversial. Like people, like religious leaders have said this.
Are you saying the famously uncontroversial Pope?
Popes are actually super controversial.
That's right.
And I'm not like, it's so crazy because like this administration has made us like stump for Jimmy Kimmel, right? Like, ew.
I didn't want to be in Jimmy's court, but here I am.
Yeah, ill. And now this administration is making me take the side of the Catholic Church. Disgusting.
Do you have the text of the Trump tweet?
Which
in response,
the Truth Social, the whole one.
Excuse me. Yeah.
The too long didn't read.
The too long didn't read.
Hold on. Well, we'll get there because then and so then they're all like. Then they're all like mad. Everybody's like, the Pope, how dare the Pope do this? But he makes a post that begins, Pope Leo is weak on crime and terrible for foreign policy. He talks about fear of the Trump administration, but doesn't mention the fear that the Catholic Church and all the other Christian organizations had during COVID when they were arresting priests, ministers, and everyone else for holding church services, even when going outside and being 10 and even 20 feet apart.
Not the distancing.
Not arresting priests and ministers. Look, they wouldn't even do that when they were molesting children. They most certainly were not doing that during COVID, but okay. But in the middle of all of this, J.D. Vance pipes up.
Yep. My boy.
Our boy. Listen, nobody wants him to say anything. Why is he talking?
Honestly, bummer for Catholics when he bought stock in the faith. I'm so sorry to my papist brethren.
And here's the thing about J.D. Vance converting to be a Catholic is... he saw an organization that claims perfection despite obvious defects and well-documented corruption, including enabling sex offenders, and that was led by a man living in a grotesquely ornate and gaudy palace built on the backs of the poor and disadvantaged.
So rude.
I'm going to devote my life to that. And then he converted to Catholicism, right? That's my defense of J.D. Vance converting to Catholicism. And so he pipes up and he says, like, Pope Leo should stay in his lane.
Mm-hmm.
He should watch what he's saying
about theology.
The
one thing the
Pope knows.
J.D. Vance is inserting himself in Hungarian elections. J.D. Vance is inserting himself in Iran negotiations. Meanwhile, being the vice president known for like shutting the fuck up and going into the closet, you fucking nerd. And he has the gall to say, hey, keep your nose out of theology, Pope of the Catholic Church.
Right. The one thing the guy knows about, like was elected by all the other guys who know about theology to be the one who knows the most about Catholic theology. But you know what,
He literally
Zach?
leads the church. Anyway, what, Liz?
I recall another guy who tried to tell the Pope he was full of shit. And you know what that guy was called? Martin Luther.
Oh, shit. Not the Reformation.
Lutherans all across the world are like, our culture is not your costume.
There's a joke somewhere on the internet. The Protestant Reformation is Italian corruption versus Germanic autism.
95 theses. More like 95 feces.
Yo.
Wait, can I tell you something that I did in college?
Please, what do you got? If it involves feces, I'd rather you didn't into the microphone.
It's theses. It involves 95 theses. So again, I went to a college named after a Reformation hero, and I worked for the college newspaper. And one year, the newspaper, it came out on Fridays. And one
year, you were a menace. Being Liz Lynn's on the college newspaper sounds like the most insufferable version.
I got called into the dean of students' office all the time. And when I graduated, I went to the student leadership banquet, and the dean of students said that he eschewed my column in his speech to all of the parents and the students.
That's pretty sick.
It's fortunate that my parents never showed up to this stuff, because it was just me sitting with my friends' parents, and they were all like, that girl, she's so cute. My parents would have been like, yeah, we issue her too.
Liz, have you met the dean of students? Oh, we've met.
Yes. But one time I got called in because there was a long tradition at this newspaper which ended after I did it, but it was called the calendar, and you would write it under a pseudonym, even though it was kind of an open secret who did it. And the calendar, and you put little jokes in it. So it was the calendar of what was happening in that week, because it was a weekly newspaper. And then you put like little jokes about like what was happening. So like, for example, like, you know, the student organization, the Greens, you know, because they're like the Green organization. They'll be holding...
Not related to Jill Stein's Green Party.
It was. Yeah, the Green Party student organization will be having, you know, a homelessness sleep out on the quad. Ignore the fact that their parents will be, you know, door dashing them Chipotle or something.
Sick. Nice.
You know, like...
Got them, liberals.
Yeah. Even though DoorDash didn't exist then. But like something, you know, like something in that would be the little joke. I once made a joke that this girl who did pageants and was always making people like watch her pageant videos. She was an RA, and she would like, as like team bonding, she would make everybody watch her pageant videos. And I made a joke, and I was like, her name was also Liz. And I would be like, Liz is hosting another pageant watching video party. If you want to watch it, you know, come to this room. You know, and then I made some sort of joke about how like the pageant videos would even make the baby Jesus cry. And I got hauled into this student.
Yeah, you did.
And then because like, but her beef was like, she was like, I'm Catholic and that's blasphemy. And I started laughing in front of this. Anyway, the whole.
She started laughing in Protestant.
And it made, he was like, leave the office until you can collect yourself. But one year, the paper came out. Friday was October 31st, Halloween, but it's also the day Martin Luther nailed the 95 Theses to the door of the church at Wittenberg. And so I wrote the calendar as a 95 Theses, and I duct taped it to the door of the chapel.
Hilarious.
And it was, I think, the best thing I've ever done. I peaked.
You know, Protestant good acts are greased with the tears of papists. So
I mean, I think going back to J.D. Vance trying to lecture the Pope, he's just such a little weasel, J.D. Vance. I gotta say though, like we're focusing on like a Germanic Reformation, but what if J.D. Vance is playing like a 3D chess? Like, what if this is actually like an English Reformation and he's doing all of this so he can break from the church so he can divorce his first wife?
Well, I mean, like,
like Erica Kirk is like the Anne Boleyn in this situation.
I think you're totally right, and I'll tell you that I think Trump is already trying to assert that there's a different pope. His brother Louis, who he talks up, he says, and I quote, that Louis is 100% MAGA. This is
the previous pope, the one.
No. This is the pope's deadbeat brother.
Oh,
this is his brother who's like inside the family, like he's. And I think what Trump is trying to do, what J.D. Vance what they're trying to do is a schism, and they're trying to make the Pope's brother the new pope of this like schism religion.
Are they trying to do an Avignon papacy?
An Avignon papacy, if you will.
An Avignon papacy? That was my French accent. Hold on.
L'Avignon.
Don't ever do that.
L'Avignon.
Although you're the one who actually.
Mais oui. Je suis un peu défoncé.
There is, 20 feet apart. Literally right after I cut it off. This is where Trump goes on to say, I like his brother Louis much better than I like him because Louis is all MAGA. He gets it and Leo doesn't. I don't want a pope who thinks it's okay for Iran to have a nuclear weapon. I don't want a pope who thinks it's terrible that America attacked Venezuela, a country that was sending massive amounts of drugs into the United States. And even worse, emptying their prisons, including murderers and drug dealers and killers, into our country. Yeah. That's right. They want a schism.
They want Louis or Louis to become the pope of this schizified religion.
You know what?
The American Catholic Church.
People keep saying we live in unprecedented times, and I keep saying we actually don't live in unprecedented times. It's just that like the president is Caligula. We
don't live in unprecedented times. You just don't read.
That's right. That's right. Like, open the schools, but now maybe I have to switch. Like, the president, instead of being Caligula, like maybe the president is now like, the Holy Roman Empire.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
King Wenceslaus is in chains. Sigismund, the usurper king, has come.
Let's fucking go. I'm so excited. Like, yes, like the Trumps are like the inbred Habsburgs. Like, you know what though? Like Eric Trump does have that like kind of inbred face.
Have you seen Barron?
Yes. They do be having that like.
I thought it was a Slender Man video.
Like they do look like they have some sort of like inbred blood disease. You know what I mean?
Barron looks like Mike TV after the events of the Willy Wonka factory.
I think they look like some sort of like weird Russian healer could infiltrate. Wait, that's RFK.
That's RFK.
RFK is Rasputin.
If you told me that there was the tape that or the book recently that RFK pulled over the sedan on a family trip to cut off a raccoon penis and kept it in his pocket, right?
Yes, that's a real story, by the way. That is a real story.
RFK Jr. or Rasputin. You take the sedan out, right. You put a carriage in there. I mean, like, I'm sorry.
We don't know.
These guys are the same.
That would be a good game, like RFK or Rasputin. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it?
Rasputin.
And I just like, here's the thing this week. It's just
RFK.
Don't. That song is so good.
It is so good.
Also, in a thing that my kids like are like we question you as a parent, because my kids and I were listening when they were, it was like 2020. We were listening to a history podcast, and an episode about like Rasputin came on, and I was like, yeah, sure, let's go. I was a Russian history minor in college, and I was like, yeah, this will be fun. And then it got into like all the weird sex stuff, and I was like, well, we're already in it, and we might as well. If I stop it now, they'll just want to know more.
That's right.
And so we just like listened to it, and then my kids like now are like, why did you tell us all about?
Why do I know so much about that man's very long schlong? Right? Why?
Yes, they're like, hey mom, remember how when we were like 12 and 10, you taught us all about how Rasputin,
how that man fucks good?
Yeah, like, well, he did fuck.
Are you talking about? Why do I know so much about Rasputin boning down, Mom?
If men take one lesson from this history lesson, Rasputin had power because he was really good at having sex.
He boned down.
And I just think like, man, if you really want power, just get really good at boning down.
You just got to find that clit, guys. You just got to find it. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, God's soldiers.
God's bravest soldiers. But also, like, it's just been a weird week for religion, because Trump also posted that picture of himself as Jesus Christ
with
healing the sick, like in Jesus robes, and healing the sick. And it was like, we'll put a picture of it up.
Absolutely. You can see here Lady Liberty, and above them all Baphomet somehow in the clouds with his shining soldiers. And the 9 kings of hell arranged in the sky.
And it's also like, it's like your base is evangelicals. Also, I do think actually if your base is evangelicals, picking a fight with the Pope is like a really good.
Yeah.
Is really because even like Catholics think that the evangelicals are on their side, and evangelicals hate the Catholics. But like Trump posts this picture of himself with Satan in the background.
It's not Satan, it's Baphomet, different prince of hell. Sorry.
Wow. Healing a man. Also, I love the nurse in the corner, like looking at him like, what the fuck?
Who let this man in here?
who let this guy in here? And then his base is like, listen, dude, that's blasphemy. He deletes it and tells people, I thought it was me as a doctor. And I have to I didn't make this joke, although I wish I had. You know, the workwear guy. We love Derek, the workwear guy. He said he's counting on people not knowing what a doctor looks like because they don't have health care. Hilarious. But I do think there is a good point there, because the only doctors that Americans can afford to see right now is the cast of The Pit.
It was a really good season.
Thank you. Oh my God. I love The Pit. I love Dr. Mel King. I will lay down in traffic for you. That whole storyline with Dr. Mel King and her sister hits me in the feels. Yeah. My youngest brother is a person with disabilities. And so, all the feels. I hate Dr. Langton though. And I'll just put that as an aside.
I will say one of the things that is true about J.D. Vance, you know, he didn't have a strong father figure, right? He didn't have a strong father figure. And so, you know, he warms up to Trump's teat, hoping that this will be his spiritual father. But like, you have to, there's like that, like, Joseph Campbellian, like, you have to atone with the father. You have to fight your father to some extent, right?
Is that why he's fighting the Pope?
I think
is that why he killed the last Pope?
In Italian, what do we call him? We call him Papa, right?
Oh yeah.
He's just trying to take shots at Papa. I think it's.
Do you think Jesus was actually a doctor, and Mary, his very Jewish mother, is like, that's Dr. Jesus H. Okay, maybe.
That's Dr. Jesus H. Christ to you.
He worked hard for that degree.
You want to take a break?
Let's take a break.
Liz, we just talked a lot about all those insights, all those funny haha jokes. People can get that if they subscribe to the newsletter at patreon.com/LizLens, right?
Correct.
Oh my God. And not only can you get that, you can get other letters that get delivered straight to your email, straight to your digital doorstep each week. Insights from Elizabeth Lenz, links to improve your day. Patreon.com/LizLens.
I just left you hanging right there.
Liz, there's an old I almost started the show doing this. There's like a improv thing where you like go up to your team member and you say, whatever you do out there, I've got your back. They do this before every production.
Yeah.
I think we should do that before every production.
I don't want to do that.
Elizabeth, whatever you do out there, I've got your back.
I don't like
Elizabeth, it doesn't matter what happens out there, out on the stage. I've got your back.
I don't
Elizabeth.
have your back.
Someone got onto me in public for calling you Elizabeth.
What?
They were like
on the podcast?
They said it sounds like it's what was I forget the word they used. They didn't appreciate it.
That's right. Thank you to that person. I thank you so much. In fact, if more people could approach this man in public and hold him accountable for the disrespect,
It's my charm. It's my charm, Elizabeth. I'm the usurper king of this podcast, right?
You can't usurp shit.
I mean, and yet here I am. And yet here I am.
MAGA-vignon Papacy.
Avant the onion papacy. We're from the Bayou, man. Not only do we not have a memo, but we have a little game.
Do we have a little game?
We have a little game. Liz, Pete Hegseth, our Secretary of Defense or War, whichever flavor you choose, was at a prayer breakfast and read some lines inspired by that great movie, Pulp Fiction. I wanted to read to you several verses that may or may not have come from the Bible, and you have to determine which one actually came from the Bible. I
was made for this game because as a young homeschool girl who grew up in the Baptist church, I was in Awana.
Moana?
Awana.
Moana. I love that movie. You were in Moana?
AWANA. Approved workmen are not ashamed. It comes from 2 Timothy.
2 Timothy?
It was like Boys and Girl Scouts, but for memorizing the Bible. I know so much about the Bible.
All right, are you ready?
Let's
ready. Let's put it to the test. Are you ready?
Oh my God, I'm so ready.
Keep count at home.
If I lose this game, I'm throwing myself out of a window.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last. Cursed be the ground for our sake, both thorn and thistles it shall bring forth for us. For out of the ground we were taken, for the dust we are, and to the dust we shall return. Did that come from the Bible?
Okay, give me the next one.
No. It's one at a time. We're doing one at a time. There are a lot of these.
Wait.
Is it Bible? Is it not? You don't have to guess. If it's not from the Bible, you don't have to guess where it's from, but you have to guess whether or not it's from the Bible.
Well, from the dust we are, to dust we shall return is from the Bible, but the thorn and the thistles part sounds kind of made up.
What's your verdict?
My God, if this is going to be like the first part is made up, but the last part isn't, I'm going to kick you. I'm going to take my shoe off and beat you in the face. I'm going, yes, it's in the Bible.
Wrong. Gladiator 2000. Sounds like Genesis, to be fair, but it's not.
I'm beating you in the face with my shoe.
But the Lord is a jealous and avenging God.
Yes, this is in the Bible.
Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath. Okay. It sounds like a Zack Snyder film.
No, that's in the Bible.
There she lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys and whose emissions was like that of horses.
God, that sounds like Song of Songs so much.
Like donkeys.
Yeah, let's go, yeah.
That's Bible, Ezekiel 23:20, chapter and verse.
All right. The Bible is filthy.
She's
filthy,
nasty.
It's filthy dirty.
She's nasty.
I love it.
Quote, I am your redeemer. It is by my hand that you will rise from the ashes of the world.
No, that's not the Bible.
Mad Max Fury Road 2015. Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them against the rocks.
Happy.
This is kind of a tough one because it's a short section.
God. Yeah.
Psalms 137:9.
It is the Bible.
Their infants will be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses will be looted and their wives violated.
Yes.
It is the Bible. That's Isaiah, although it sounds like a Pentagon prayer.
Oh, that's sad. It does. Well, the Bible is famously kind of pro-war crime.
Pro-war crime. Prince of Peace.
Well, Old Testament God is kind of an asshole.
I think we call it polyvocal.
Polyvocal?
That's many voices, like that there are many voices that are playing in the Bible that feel many different ways. It's not like a singular.
Oh, well, because it's a made-up book of literature.
Yeah, it's a book. It's a made-up.
Yeah, that's
to be written down, it has to be made. What are you saying? Quote,
book of fiction.
I will pelt you with filth. I will treat you with contempt and make you spectacle.
No, that's not in the Bible.
Nope. 2022. The movie's called Nope.
Oh.
It's the Jordan Peele movie.
I'm doing really well.
You're kind of killing
far.
it. I kind of hate it. I thought this would be a little harder.
Okay.
Now go attack the Amalekites, and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Okay, yeah. I said.
Yeah, Amalekites.
This isn't going as well as I thought it would.
You picked the wrong Bible bitch to play this game with.
For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah, 100%.
Wrong. Atlas shrugged. Eat shit, Liz Lenz.
The love of money is the root of all evil. It is in the Bible. Hold, please.
Oh, God.
1 Timothy 6:10
is.
1 Timothy 6:10. For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows. So who wins this game? Who is the champion of the game?
It's not that I think you win the game. It's just that I think I lost the game somehow.
You made the game and lost it.
Somehow. Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't playing a game and I somehow lost that game. How does that work?
Wow. Okay, we need
I think I gotta go for a walk
now.
Yeah, I think I gotta go for.
I think you have to defenestrate yourself.
Yeah,
now.
Right. Yeah, I think I throw myself out the window.
I think like by the rules of the Reformation, you defenestrate yourself in Prague.
Yeah, I have to like burn my cattle. I have to burn my cattle at the altar at the city.
You are now an Amalekite.
That's right.
And you're like, you go home to your wife and you're like, I am so sorry, but I have to burn this house down now,
I'm so sorry.
actually.
Like Liz called me an Amalekite, and I think I have to. I think I'm exiled to the land of pain and suffering. The dark shadow. She said the dark shadow of despair would haunt my days.
How dare you tell me that the verse, the love of money is the root of all evil, is not in the Bible? Like, please.
I'm an Episcopalian. We don't read the Bible. It's kind of like a famous part of our. If my mom wanted me to read the Bible, I would have been Baptist.
Yes. This is like one of the rules of war. Like don't start a land war in Asia. Don't go up against a Baptist when the Bible is on the line.
You are. What is the name of that character in Princess Bride?
Vizzini.
You are giving Vizzini in a big way. You are being a weenie of a Vizzini.
Wallace Shawn. Honestly, thank you. Liz. I'm the toxic man I want to see in the world.
So that was our game. Liz, what's causing you joy this week? Other than like dancing on my grave a little bit here.
I gotta say, I have been learning a lot about moss. So
Do go on.
I am a middle-aged woman.
Generous.
It might be hard to tell. But like I am very invested in trying to grow moss on these rocks that I have in my backyard. So I have like, oh, this is so embarrassing to admit. I have a water feature in my backyard and I want moss to grow on it. And I've been like trying to read on the internet, like how to grow moss on rocks. And like the internet turns out is like, doesn't have a lot of information about this. And so guess what I had to do? I had to go to a book because it turns out the internet is trash sometimes. And so I've been reading this book by Robin Wall Kimmerer,
Okay.
who wrote Braiding Sweetgrass, that like very famous that book that's been on the New York Times bestsellers list. I haven't read that one, but her book is called Gathering Moss, and she's a scientist. She's also indigenous, and her book is fascinating. Because it combines, you know, like she just writes about science in this like really engaging way. But I've been learning a lot about moss, and one, I feel better about not knowing how to grow moss on my rocks because it turns out nobody really knows how to grow moss on rocks. It's kind of like a mystery.
Is that true?
Yes.
That's really cool.
Like moss is a fascinating mystery still to scientists in so many ways. But one of the coolest things I have been learning about moss, is that it was used as like period pads and diapers. Like moss can hold more liquid than Pampers.
Shut up.
Yeah. Like Pampers.
I don't think I'm changing my strategy.
Pampers Pampers
diapers
can't even hold the amount of liquid that moss can. And moss is probably even better for your baby's bum. Like it wicks away more liquid and is like,
does it have little like crabs in it or something? I don't know anything about moss.
It's like, and in like World War I, when they were like running out of bandages, they used like moss on like wounds and stuff. Yeah, it was like actually really good and effective.
That's super. So it's super absorbent. I didn't know that.
Yes, it's so cool. Now I'm like obsessed with moss, and I think I'm gonna become a witch now.
Moss. What is it? Let's find out. Moss.
You're so cool. And I was like telling my kids all about moss. I was like, hey guys, the moss does this and it does this. And like we're in the car and I'm like, moss, blah, 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 blah. And like my son's in the back. He's like, cool. That's awesome. And my daughter goes, ugh, so when's the wedding? I was like, between me and moss? Like tomorrow. Tomorrow. God, kids are so mean. Anyway, what's bringing you joy?
I'm so glad you asked.
Besides moss.
Besides moss. And moss, honestly, that gave me some joy.
That cool?
That's very cool. It gave me that brought me joy. What's bringing me joy specifically is I'm doing something this Saturday. This Saturday, the day that this episode comes out, at 1 p.m., Iowa City, College Green Park. I was covering an event. We have a Democratic primary going on in the U.S. Senate for Iowa's U.S. Senate race. One of the candidates, Josh Turek, is a Paralympic gold medalist in basketball, right? And like you meet me being the guy that I am, I was like, he's probably not that good at basketball, is what I said out loud. And one of the staffers was like, what do you bet?
You said that?
I did. And,
I didn't know one of the staffers started.
One of the staffers was like, what do you bet? I was like, I bet you I could beat him.
He has gold. He has medals.
He has literal gold medals. Yeah, literal gold medals around his neck and all the photos that you see him.
Behavior.
And I am the toxic man that I want to see in the world. Once
again, throw yourself out a window.
The follow through's fun. So, it becomes this like bit that we're just kind of like, no, you. Well, do you want? Maybe we do. Maybe we don't. It really leads to, they say like, we will play a game of horse with you. Like Josh Turek will play a game of horse with you. You can ask questions, turn into a video for Iowa starting line. Fast forward. I know nothing about basketball. I want to look at the camera and be very clear. The last time as of like 7 days ago, I hadn't touched a basketball since maybe middle school. And so because I've had like a week to prepare for this, I've been shooting 50 baskets a day, working on my shot. And I have found the thing that's causing me joy is like at this. I play at a public park, College Green Park, and the way I'm learning like the like kind of rules of engagement for like when other people want to join the public, the what do you call it, the court, when folks want to come on and play with you. There's like kind of like a quiet, like folks will like kind of they'll dribble their ball and then they'll like walk up to the hoop.
This is like 12-year-old boys though.
College. There's actually a 50-year-old Nick who comes and he's always. I feel like he's always there practicing his shot. And they'll just like quietly they'll start taking some shots and they'll say, "Oh, you want me to do rebound for you?" It's like this very like sweet thing that you can kind of find yourself in as you're practicing. Folks will come up. They'll like. I get a lot of pointers because I always ask. I'm like, I'm working on my shot. Do you have any pointers for me? Is like the kind of conversation starter I'm constantly using. And folks are just so fucking sweet. I thought it was going to be like kind of competitive and kind of like toxic and like not fun just because of my own trauma with sports growing up in the South. But like it has been very cool practicing ball at my local park. I've learned a lot about the sport. I've learned a lot from folks that just like come up and offer freely their advice on like how to improve my shot. Am I going to beat this gold medalist this Saturday when you're listening to this podcast? Probably not. But did I have fun along the way?
This reminds me of that statistic. So you've never played basketball since
you can in the sentence there. You've never played basketball.
You've never played basketball, and yet you thought you could beat an Olympic medalist.
Yeah, because it's funny.
And so there's that statistic about like men who thought they could beat Serena Williams at tennis.
I don't think I could beat Serena Williams at tennis.
There's like some sort of like 10% or like 20% of men who've never played tennis who think that they could like beat Serena Williams at tennis. And it's like I would love to see her just like line drive a tennis ball like through their craniums.
We are not talking about Serena Williams. I want to be very clear. There are a lot of
Listen, I don't stand politicians.
It sounds like you're standing politicians here.
No, but like he's
a gold medalist
in a sport.
And so isn't it kind of funny to challenge for someone who knows nothing about basketball
to
challenge?
Funny.
I think that's hilarious.
It's called hubris.
Yeah. People write plays about it because it's kind of fun.
Plays about how you then
called
like burn up in the sun. Yeah, that's like called a tragedy. But like, oh wait, speaking of a sport, I'm getting really good at curling.
Are you really?
Yes.
I know you've been playing it. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
So my small son got really obsessed with curling during the Olympics. We did a learn to curl event at the Cedar Rapids Curling Club. And I was like, okay, that's fun. And we've been doing like curling lessons then. But like I am discovering I'm actually really good at it.
That's
and
awesome.
Like
are you the one guiding the puck? Are you sweeping?
First of all, you have to do all the things. And it's a stone. And I'm throwing the stone. And I'm actually really good at throwing the stone.
Cool.
And
were you good at shuffleboard?
No, I've never played shuffleboard a day in my life. But the reason I think I'm good at curling is one, it's just like when you throw the stone, it's like a lunge. And I lift weights.
Right.
And I do a lot of lunges. But two, I think it's because it's a sport where if you overthink it, it's fine. And I'm constantly overthinking things. So like in a normal sport, if you overthink it, that's not great.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. So like pickleball, when I play pickleball with my son, like we've been playing pickleball because he loves to play pickleball. And we played it on Sunday and he beat the crap out of me. He told me I brought shame to the family. Which is a thing we say to each other because we like jokes in our family. But
come back from the pickleball course with your shielder on it.
Yeah. Weirdly, my kids are disinheriting me somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's weird.
It's
but like pickleball, it killed my kid because we played this like game of like kids versus adults, and I killed it. I was like. Everybody sucked except me. I was doing an amazing job. And we were like leaving and the kids were all being like all these other kids were being like, wow, we were doing well until you played. And I was like, you mean what I'm hearing is like, I'm the only one who's good? And they were all like, meh, 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 meh. And so
Eat shit, kids.
my new goal is to be like the Happy Gilmore of curling.
Yeah.
Is to have them pass rules for unsportsmanlike conduct because of me, because of the way I behave on the ice. Because curling, you have to like self-ref. There's like no refs. You have to self-ref.
Okay.
I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it so they have to bring in
You're
refs
throwing hands.
because I'm throwing hands. I'm doing little dances on the ice.
Yeah. Unsportsmanlike behavior.
I am changing. I'm going to change the sport of curling.
For the worse.
For the worst. Watch me. That's my 10-year goal. By the time
This is your stated
50,
goal. I'm toxic for being a shit talker. What are you?
I'm amazing. Once again, when a woman does it, it's fun.
It's kind of fun.
Cheeky.
It's flirty. It's cool.
When you do it, prison time.
And on that note, thanks for listening. Patreon.com/Liz Lenz is the home of Dingus of the Week. I'm in Yell at Me Media Production. Love or hate what you heard. Help us keep it coming all year long by doing the following.
You can subscribe to our YouTube. You can rate and review us on the Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can share this episode with a friend, and you can become a patron on Patreon at just $5 a month. You can help us keep the show rolling. I take that money. I pay this guy.
And I pay my childcare.
That he does. Actually, what I pay him pays his nanny.
This is a childcare paying gig. So you're supporting my baby girl, and I thank you.
Yes. And that keeps his wife working, and it keeps him working, and
which sucks. We don't want to work. So Patreon, $5 a month, patreon.com/Liz Lenz, so that I can be bankrolled forever and never have to work ever again. Spend all my time with my little baby girl.
And I also take the money and pay the editor who keeps our facts tight, keeps them crispy. Thank you so much, Zach, for being the producer of this show.
Even if I'm going to jail or being thrown out a window or...
all of them. We're going to throw you out the window straight into jail. Prison.
Why is the prison so close to your window? That's crazy.
That's why I got this house so cheap.
Have a dingus of your own that you want us to talk about. Go record a short message. Tell us about them, Janet. Memo.fm/dingus.
And thank you to Laura Benitez and The Heartache for our cheeky little song that's going to play us off right.
Dingus of the week, lost your paddle up shit creek. You're not smart, you're just an a-hole. Elon's calling from his K-hole. Read those racist tweets, tell lies about vaccines. Perhaps you'll be our dingus of the week. It's a race straight to the bottom, down so deep it's hard to fathom. Fascists all take turns fiddling as the nation burns. Like those history lessons you refuse to learn. Dingus of the week, the country's past its peak. We're all paying for your sin, might as well let the brainworms win. You're why we can't have nice things. Time to bring back the guillotines. And now let's see our dingus of